Hello everybody and welcome to Catherine Sews. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am over the moon with excitement because I'm welcoming you into my new sewing space. I moved my sewing room from upstairs, the room that you're used to seeing. It was probably about 8 feet by 10 feet. And then this basement bedroom became available when my younger son flew the coop. And so for the last month, I've been packing up that room, moving everything down here, and making use of this big, beautiful room. And this room is 13 by 13, and there's a big walk-in closet. So I'm going to show you the process, some of my favorite things in this new space, and I'll show you how I reused or repurposed everything that was upstairs and added a few new things, and I did it on the cheap. I got a few new pieces off Facebook Marketplace really inexpensively, and then I'll show you a couple indulgences that you're kind of getting a hint at right now. So yeah, this room had been the bedroom of a teenage boy for 6 years. It needed a fresh coat of white paint and a good scrub. So once all that was done, then I started just packing up upstairs. Now I know the room upstairs, it always looked neat on camera, but the space was closing in on me. It just was not enough room for everything. So I had stuff swirled away into every corner behind the camera. It could get a little messy and chaotic. This space though, I think, fingers crossed, it's big enough. I've been able to find a place for everything and have everything in its place. Just before I get into the tour, some people in my last video might have noticed that I changed my glasses halfway through. So these are new glasses, and I just wanted to share this brand with you. This one is called Zimph. I've shown you glasses that I got online in the past, but these ones I'm actually kind of amazed with. First of all, I think they're kind of cute. This style is called Peach because it's got that cute little corner. But the thing that I'm amazed with these is that as soon as I put them on, they were great. Like there was none of that like getting used to the new lenses kind of feeling. They were just like great as soon as I put them on. The other thing I love about these is that they're super comfortable. They don't slide down my nose. They don't fall off when I look down. They just fit really well and they're super comfortable. They're my most comfortable glasses. In fact, I've been wearing these ones even more than my expensive ones. So I do want to share this brand with you. They have so many cute styles to choose from, and I think you're really going to be impressed with the quality. So to get your own Zimph glasses at 25% off your whole order, not just off the frames, but off the whole order, then you can use the code CATH25, so CATH25, and get 25% off your whole order at Zimph. Okay, so now let's get to the tour of my room. So this is my cozy corner, and this is where I sat and chatted in the previous video about removing stuff from thrifted finds. And you know what? I've been loving this corner. It was the first one I set up because it was easy, and I've just been like, just crashing here anytime I just need a break. I love having just a comfy chair in my sewing space. And you know what? I know I am so fortunate and so blessed that I have this big room that I can have a cozy corner. So this chair I got on Facebook Marketplace, and I was able to just take the cover right off and throw it right in the washing machine, put it back on. I didn't have to do anything to it. It was just perfect. Do you remember this cushion from a couple years ago when I made gifts from denim scrap? I love this cushion. This one was the one thing that I got my son to leave when he left the room. I gave him this pillow probably for his 16th or 17th birthday, because I used to always sing that song to him when he was a baby. So I don't know, it probably means more to me than it does to him. So I got him to leave it for me. And then this little side table I got on Facebook Marketplace, also dirt cheap and the light. Isn't that cute? I like the little circles on there. I debated about leaving them on or taking them off, but I think they're cute. This artwork is done by my older son, who's an artist, and he's just amazing. He did that when he was probably 12 or 13. He doesn't even like it anymore. He thinks I'm crazy to have it up in here, but I love it. It means those are his own hands. I just think that's beautiful. And of course, my YouTube plug, yay. And then the other area that I'm so fortunate to have the room for is a computer desk. So I can sit here and do my editing and do all my like office-y stuff. It's just really lovely to have a space like this. Oh, and I got this cool chair off Facebook Marketplace too, and the desk. Like both of them, dirt cheap. And isn't this a cool chair? I just think that is so nice. This piece of artwork is from an old boyfriend. This one, I got this on Facebook Marketplace as well, and it's like every color of thread. I don't know if I'll actually even use the thread. I just thought it was beautiful. And then this one of my little indulgences. I got my logo made into a stick-on decal at a local printer. It cost me about $50. I was pretty darn excited when I put that up on the wall. This is one of the finishing touches I've been waiting for. Look what I had made for my wall. This is like just a decal, but is that not the most gorgeous thing? I cannot wait to put this up. So to figure out how to hang this in a level way, I'm just drawing a line across all of the E's because that's the only letter that's at all consistent. And so I think that's going to help when I go to hang it up. And this is a top layer of like almost like transfer tape. So I'm not doing any harm by drawing on that. I just have to figure out how far from the ceiling I want that line. And I just tested the friction pen on the wall and it does erase off the wall. There. There. That's just going to have to be. So that is stuck on, and now I just need to peel off the transfer tape. The glue is supposed to stay. Look at that. Nice, hey? Oh my goodness, I just could not love that more. I just love that. My ruler organizer, that was from one of my very first videos. And so it's still coming in handy. This is the fuse box, like the electrical panels in there. So I had to have enough space. So that's why this Alex Tower, I did buy a new Alex Tower drawers from IKEA. And I put it on casters because I have to be able to move this out of the way in case we ever blow a fuse. This globe I've had since I was a teenager. And I just think it's the coolest globe with the black water. And I love the colors. And I have a fascination with maps and globes. So I love that. And these are the 3 canvases that I made in a recent video, and I made them specifically for this room, and I'm just so happy with how they look here. And of course, this is the center of the action. My same 2 machines, my same sewing table, that same tower of shelves, and the same chair. I did get a new light because I was really struggling with getting good light on the sewing machine. So this one is really nice and bright. All of this is the same, it just moved down here with me. But you know, it's really good to do that whole move out, move back in thing where you just like go through everything. Do I really need this? What's all this dust doing here? Like just take everything apart and move it back in. That was a good process. My ironing board got a fresh new cover, but everything else is still the same. I got a couple shelves from IKEA just for little knick-knacky things, little sentimental things, and the same dress form, which usually lived in my guest room because I just didn't have room for it in the sewing room. So now it has its own place. I might make one of those like socks for it, you know, just to make it look a little neater and tidier. But yeah, my ironing board is no longer under the cutting table and pulling out. It just is permanently here. So that's kind of nice. And then I made all of the labels on the Cricut in my classroom. So I'll show you a little bit of the process of how I made all of those. It took a while to weed all of that, like pull out all of the negative space because it's so intricate. And all the little dots on the eyes got lost. I had to replace them. So that took a bit of time. But now we've got the transfer tape. And I've actually never done this step. I've only ever used the Cricut for an iron-on. I've never used it for stick-on, but it sounds pretty straightforward. I use the removable kind because I don't want these to be permanent labels because what if I change my mind or move and change the furniture? I don't want to kind of ruin the furniture just because of the labels. So then you peel the back off of this. And then you burnish this on, getting out all the air bubbles, and it says work from the center out. Just want to stick that all down. There's another tool that's probably better. It's more like a credit card shape, or you could probably just use a credit card. And then I'm going to cut them all into their separate labels. Okay, now I can stick them on. Hopefully it all works. Oh my goodness. Do I love that or do I love that? Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. but that is just the handiest because with so many drawers, I would be opening 10 drawers before I found the right thing. That was great to be able to get those labels on there. The same style of label went on the shorter tower as well. So those were never labeled before, so it's kind of nice to have that. And then here's the luxury of all luxuries, right? This big walk-in closet, like that is a blessing. And another blessing is my friend Judy, who you've met a few times before. She actually helped me move everything in here. So she got my whole fabric stash all in these shelves. And that's like pulling things out of every corner of every room. So that was amazing that that all just fit in there. She got my books in here. This over on this side is sort of my out of season clothes and like more formal clothes that I don't need upstairs. And then this part is all things that I hope to upcycle at some point, or things that I have already and want to tweak a little bit more. And up at the top there are gift wraps and things like that, because I also use this as my wrapping station. So now you have to check out the pièce de résistance, my new cutting table. This is amazing. You're gonna love this. So the base of this table is the calyx shelves that I had upstairs. They're just the 2x4 cube calyx shelves and turned on their side, casters at the bottom, and a piece of wood on top. I'm not going to say it was easy. In fact, I did not do most of the work. And again, thank you so much to Judy and her partner Connie and my husband Rob. They worked so hard on this room. They really did the work on this. This was amazing. So they turned the shelves sideways, joined them together, and then with it upside down, put the casters on, flipped it back up. Look at the new table.
Spins all the way. Gotta have it this way.
Oh, you guys, that is incredible. I'm so happy. Yay! All the while I was painting this top, and then Cotty attached the top to the calyx shelves, so it's super sturdy. Having it on casters means I can take it out into the middle of the room, turn it the other way, like push it right out of my way. Whatever I need to do, it moves really, really easily. But then, of course, I can lock the casters and have it really stable and sturdy. And then, of course, I filled up all these blue bins and put labels on those. Now, these ones, this is kind of a cool thing. I got a whole package of these little labels, like a label holder. It's the same kind that they use in a grocery store, right? And so I got a whole package of those from Amazon. And of course, I'll put a link in the description. And then I went onto Canva and made a cute little label that I could print off my printer, cut out and stick in there. That was really dead easy. And then I like that it's not permanent, right? I can change those out very, very easily. Everything's labeled, like interfacing, mending, current projects, ribbon and lace, trim, and patterns. And so far, I've just got one cube that doesn't have a blue bin, and that's just where I've been sort of shoving stuff. And I'll clean this up, but I think it might be handy to just have one that's empty. And then I've got one cube that's open all the way to the other side, so I can put longer rolls in there and my meter stick and all things like that. And then on the back of the table, more cubes, like sweater scraps, denim scraps, old projects, future projects, and then down there, zippers and Velcro. Now I have to show you the best part of this cutting table. So this was probably the biggest indulgence for the whole room. This was a little bit of a splurge. This top cost me about $150. I've heard people buying them on sale for less, and I've also seen some online for a lot more. But this one I picked up at a store in Vancouver, so I didn't have to pay any shipping charges because I almost ordered one online that would have been cut to my specifications, but even the delivery alone was over $100. So I didn't do that. So this one is 36 inches by 69 inches. And I had originally asked Cotty to cut it to fit my original cutting table. And then that would have been really, really such a shame. So instead, he built the table to fit the cutting mat. So we had this piece of wood cut at the hardware store. So it was just cut perfectly, and I just put a coat of paint on it while Judy and Cotty were assembling the whole table. And it is just a work of art. Like I literally, I burst into tears when they in fact, I'm gonna cry again because it was just like, it just felt amazing to have my, it just felt amazing to have my dream sewing, oh my God. It felt amazing to have my dream sewing room with my dream cutting table, like, I realize how absolutely fortunate I am that I know that, you know, it's been my whole life of sewing and I've never had a room like this before. So I did not expect to cry about it again, but it's pretty amazing to me. It's pretty special. So now that I have a little bit of a mess, I think I might sign off. I am so happy to share this room with you, and I'm so excited about all the future videos I'm going to make in this room to share with you. I hope you're as inspired as I am. So thank you so much for joining me for today, and I cannot wait to sew with you again. And until next time on Catherine Sews, you take care.